This is a Norfolk Southern manifest on the Conemaugh Line, and if that sentence means absolutely nothing to you, that's correct, because to most people, this is just background noise, something that blocks a crossing when you're already late, or shakes your car for a few seconds and then disappears. But to a very specific group of people, this is the entire reason they left the house today. And somewhere right now, a grown man just stood up out of a folding chair because he recognized that paint scheme from a half a mile away. That's a heritage unit. And if you don't know what that means, congratulations. You still have hobbies that make sense. Railfanning is one of those things that sounds insane when you explain it out loud. Like, try explaining this to a normal person. Yeah, I stood next to railroad tracks for 3 hours. Why? A train? Don't they run every day? Yeah, but not this train. This one has a slightly different shade of black, or this one is green and yellow, and that matters, for reasons no one can fully explain. It's basically fishing. Some people show up with everything: scanners, apps, group chats. They know what's coming, where it is, what's leading it. The railfan equivalent of a guy with a $30,000 bass boat and a fish finder. And then there are the other guys. No radio, no info, just a chair and blind optimism. And every railfan spot has that one guy who explains everything out loud to no one in particular. That's 12G, eastbound. Probably got DPUs. It's running late, buddy. I just got here. I don't even know where I am yet. Give me a minute. He's not wrong, though. He's never wrong. He's just always on. And most of the time, nothing happens. It's just this. Car after car after car of things you ordered 6 months ago and forgot about. And this is the part of the train where your brain starts to shift. You stop watching the train and start thinking about completely unrelated things like, did I leave the stove on? I should drink more water. What if I just moved to Montana and started over? Meanwhile, this train is still going. Still cars. Still more cars. At this point, you're not watching a train anymore. You're watching a lifestyle commitment. There's also a point where you start assigning personalities to freight cars. This one's doing its best. That one's definitely tired. This tank car has seen more things than it's ready to talk about. And if you've reached this point, you're in too deep. There's no leaving now. You've emotionally invested in a manifest train. And this is where your brain starts doing math that doesn't make sense. You've already been here 2 hours. What if the next one is the one? What if you miss it? It's the same logic as a fisherman who refuses to pack it up, because the next cast might be the one, even though the last 50 weren't. And now you're stuck in this weird mental state, where you're convinced something else is in this train. You don't know what, you don't know where, but you feel it. Like a conspiracy theorist with a scanner. There's another one in here. I know it. And this is how railfans become unhinged. And this is the part most people miss. Because they saw the front, got their picture, and left. Oh my God. I think I hear the DPUs coming. Something's off in the distance. It's getting closer. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And there it is. Another heritage unit. Halfway through the train. Like the universe just decided to reward you for making objectively questionable life choices. And now everyone who left early is at home, completely unaware that they fumbled this, and they'll never know. And that's the worst part. because ignorance is bliss. But this is victory. And it doesn't even have to be rare. It just has to be unexpected. Because at the end of the day, this really isn't about trains. It's about waiting. It's about showing up somewhere with no guarantee that anything will happen and deciding to stay anyway. Some people bring all the tools: apps, radios, group chats, alerts, the railfan version of a fish finder telling you exactly what's coming. And yeah, it works. But that's not really the point. Because sometimes you just show up with nothing. No information, no certainty. Just the idea that something might happen. And most of the time, it doesn't. It's just this. But every once in a while, you get lucky and catch something you weren't expecting. Something just rare enough to make the waiting feeling worth it. And for a few minutes, you feel like you timed it perfectly, like you were exactly where you were supposed to be. And then it's over, and you're left standing there, next to a set of tracks, thinking the same thing every rail fan or every fisherman thinks. One more, because maybe the next one is the one you're waiting for.